Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another BT Neanderthal video. Today, we are covering the second update for Project Diablo 2 Season 3 Domination. So, what we're going to be talking about today is mostly item changes. Again, if you missed it last week, we had the full update of what we know so far there, and then today is going to be another one of those updates. But most of that stuff last time was skill changes. This time is mostly itemization, and with one exception, the barbarian is seeing battle cry with a buff, and the radius of the battle cry is going to be larger, as well as the travel speed of that is going to be faster. So nice little combat buff there for the barbarian. Happy to see him getting some love and smoothing out the combat for him. Also, link in the description, there will be items in like a page there, and you can go check them out. Those will be some examples of some items that can spawn and the direction that Senpai is going to be taking things. So basically, long story short, there's a lot of little affixes I could talk about, but the long story short is he's bringing a bunch of magic affixes into rare items. Okay. So, like, sometimes, for example, you have, like, faster or more powerful mods on a magic item than you would on a rare item, because when a rare item spawns, you'll have 6 affixes as opposed to being limited to 2. But now he's bringing some of those things, like the niche magic items will still be a thing, is what he was saying, but the rare items are going to be more of a thing to try to be able to compete with some of the end game uniques and slams and stuff like that. This will also affect a bunch of the crafted items as well. So crafting is also seeing another buff in this season through this rare affix buff or change or whatever you want to call that. For example, there is a run walk on boots, like 30 faster run walk boots with a slower stamina drain called transportation, and that is like on magic items, I believe, and now it's actually being brought to rare items. Yes, we already have 30 fast run walk on the rare items, but this will increase the chances of 30 fast run walk on boots, which is great. He's not taking any of the old affixes away. He's just adding more potential again for better items to compete, like I was saying. So that's kind of cool. We have like things such as +1 to class skills, 10 to 20 FCR on chests and shields can be very, very good. But anyways, crafting is going to be buffed. If you get a caster craft rolled with 10 FCR, then you can roll with the craft, an additional FCR. So I believe we're going to see some crazy stuff. Safety crafts are also seeing a little bit of a nerf on the shields. We have 10% PDR on max roll instead of higher, which it was before, and then caster is also 10% here. So this, I believe, is to balance out the new affix pool that's coming in. So that's kind of cool. What else we got here? We also have, in the future, we might allow rare items to be used in crafting, which would be cool, like more recycling. Everybody's for that, I'm pretty sure. Instead of being forced to pick up blues and then craft with them, if you find a rare and you're like, oh man, it didn't roll well, then you can actually just craft with it and try again. You know what I mean? So that's kind of cool. A little bit of recycling, that'll be great. Another thing that was interesting that was brought up was poison damage over X seconds. He wants to standardize it potentially and bring all those over to 3 seconds for all the mods, rather than just being, some of them are 3, some of them are 6, some of them are 9, whatever it is, you know what I mean? So that also being standardized and streamlined into 3 seconds. That would be kind of cool. We also have um, buffing procs, like buffing on hit procs and stuff like that, such as, like the crappy charge bolt. And I guess Frost Nova's not that bad because it's got CC and stuff, but like upping them to be better. Senpai said something about like having a higher level, proc on kill or something like that. Maybe like a blizzard or something. I don't know. So we'll see what actually happens with all this stuff, and what maybe people will have some weird niche builds that people can come up with rares and all that stuff. Kind of cool. We'll see. Some other things that were changed as far as item bases. We saw that the Aegis has a increased block chance from 24% to 36. This does affect the unique versions and the higher level versions. So like in this scenario be what is it called? Medusa's Gaze. That's the one. So that will affect Medusa's Gaze and then also increase the defense as well there. The ward is also gone from 24 to 30% there. So seeing a little bit of buffs here, and he might be reducing the requirements, the minus requirements on Spirit, so it would require more mana, but more strength. So that way, it wouldn't be as easy to equip one of those things early on. So we'll see how it all goes. The thing that we have for a teaser next week, obviously, dates will probably be next week, but the thing that we're looking forward to is the Curse Necro changes and further item changes. I believe that was the teaser that we had this week. So if you guys have any other things and that I missed or didn't bring up, I want this to be like relatively quick and just give you an update. Again, the majority of what's just happening is just magic items are going to have, or the rare items are going to have magic item affixes on it. Not all of them, but some of them. So that's cool.